Alright lads, so today we are here to finish up the new banner of character showcases. This time we're ending on a banger with this new 1000-year Blood War AIZEN. Despite me not being like the massive biggest fan of NAD characters, I do think this character is quite fun to play around with, and I do like the fact that we now finally have a really overpowered 1000-year Blood War AIZEN, because it's no secret to say, and I don't think there's anyone denying it, the mined 1000-year Blood War AIZEN that came out for the 4th anniversary really didn't live up to expectation. He was a fun character, he had a nice little cool gimmick with the charged strong attack, but practically he wasn't really the best, and he didn't age the best too. He got outclassed like a month later by a mid-month filler character. That's not what you want to have for a legacy that is 1000-year Blood War AIZEN. However, this version of AIZEN is doing the character justice, and that's what we're here to showcase today. So what you will notice here, lads, is that AIZEN is a technique bar with the Aaroniero kill ability. He is a normal attack damaging character, and a lot of the things he does have is all about just doing a massive amount of damage, because what you will see here, and you'll see in the gameplay, is that he does have the gauge effect. So that just recently got introduced with the 7th anniversary Uryu, and he's an SP character. Now we already have the gauge mechanic, and I must say it is nice to see the mechanic return so soon, especially because, you know, 1000-year Rukia introduced the Bankai button, and then we didn't get it again for like another year. In this case, these two characters basically released a week apart, and they're both two different characters. Uryu is a character that's based around doing damage on his strong attacks, and AIZEN does damage on his NAD string. So what you will notice here is that when you do complete the gauge and you do max it, you get an additional 100% bruiser. That right there is already insane, and also 50% decreased damage taken. That is absolutely crazy, and it's something that he can actually benefit from because he is a NAD character. A lot of times you are trying to auto with characters like this, and that 10 seconds of decreased damage taken definitely does go a very, very long way. He then comes with fire resistance, which is good for his guild quest week, the ranged Aaroniero week of guild quest. He has read all affiliation dodges. Now, most content, you're not going to get much use out of that, but there is a lot of places where you can make use of it. For example, the weekly scroll quest, arena, and maybe certain Senkaman floors. If you ever go against a stage in Senkaman where you don't have the right character and there's annoying dodge stages, even if AIZEN isn't a booster character, bring him, and he's probably going to be able to clear it. After that, though, the character then does come with like around a 60% bruiser with Flurry +1, and also status element attack boost. So when this character does inflict status elements, he then gets an 80% stat boost to his attack stat. That's crazy. This again allows him to be one of the, if not literally the hardest hitting NAD character in the entire game, especially when this gauge does go off. It makes him hit super, super hard. It's absolutely crazy, and the great thing about him too is that he also does have guard break, hit hidden enemies with that skill too. I really like that in that character. Multi-barrier +2 and enhancer because this SA2 is a boost and a barrier move. And then lastly, he also does have increased status element chance against speed attribute enemies. So this character can easily keep getting that attack boost. Someone like the CS Ogira, another character with the attack boost, unfortunately he isn't able to proc the status element as much as you would want him to. In this case though, AIZEN can do that, and that makes him a really, really good character. So with that said, let's jump into some IT and see how he does perform. So jump into our first run, let's see how he does perform, right? So what I've gone ahead and done here is I gave him two bonus abilities, weaken defense and also full stamina, and I have some links here so I can make sure he is immune to stat elements. But what you will notice here is that even in this guild quest where he does NAD killer, we're easily able to inflict stat elements. As you can see just there, we used one strong attack and was able to do that, and it means we're going to be non-stop inflicting weakening, which will allow us to do more damage, keep us safe too, and at the same time we're also ourselves just doing naturally a good amount of damage thanks to our NAD string. And I must say his NAD string is really, really fun to play around with. That's definitely one thing I can commend this character, is the visuals. His SA2 looks great. Look at that vortex. It looks absolutely beautiful. His SA3, when these enemies spawn in, is Hado 99. Like, how is that not cool? This is such a cool fan service character, and in a case like this, he definitely can make use of the boost when you're doing slower content like this. Unfortunately though, I didn't really make the best use of it there, but if we do get hit at this point, we're taking significantly less damage, and we're also doing significantly more damage. And lucky for us, the SA2 boost move does come back quite quick, especially with the boost too, and it means we can just keep the boost active, allow us to do even more damage, and also keep our team safe too. That's one great thing about this character, is that he does have not the greatest survivability. I would have loved if he had some passive way to heal himself, especially as he kind of wants to be an auto character. That's the only really bad thing I'll say about about him to a certain extent is that he doesn't have, you know, built-in drain. If he did, he would have been absolutely broken. He is already broken anyway, but he would have been more broken, right? You're going to see after this run, we are going to demonstrate how you can actually auto inheritance trials with 4 different AIZENs, because with 4 different AIZENs in the lobby, right, everyone's just constantly using a boost. Everyone's proccing status elements, right? And everyone's just keeping themselves safe with the fact that we just have the 5-hit shield. Let's see how much damage we are doing here. We're hitting like 40k. Remember, we don't even have killer here. Yeah, look at that. We just absolutely disintegrated that boss, man. When it comes to NAD characters, I'm a big fan of Jushiro. I like Jushiro, but realistically, I don't really like playing as Jushiro. He's more of an auto character to me. In this case, this is like the first really good NAD character that I very much do like playing, really, because visuals, again, great. And his NAD string is just so nice too, because it is a different NAD string as well. Like, it's 3 different like range collision attacks, and then the last hit is actually a midi collision like type of beam attack, and that means, you know, that 4th attack. Look, was that 100k? Was that 200k damage? That's crazy. This character is stacked. And that wasn't even with the gauge active. We could have hit more if we had the gauge active. So next up, jumping into a single player IC run where we can take it slow and see how he actually does perform, right? So again, SA2 really good. All his strong attacks for the most part do hit quite a few times, with the exception of, I guess, his SA2. But it's enough, right? With the fact that he does have that increased chance of inflicting a status summon, you're just easily able to, you know, inflict status summons, right? I wouldn't be surprised. Look, we just did it on a NAD string. That's great. That's something that the CS Ogre just does lack. He doesn't always inflict status elements, and it means his damage output isn't as consistent, at least when compared to AIZEN. And we just got it again from our NAD string. This is absolutely cracked down. And like I said, the NAD string is quite good. So you have a range collision, another range collision, and then the last hit is a midi collision attack, and it comes out very, very quick. I have tested him out in Arena. I will showcase that another day because it deserves its own video. He's actually really good in Arena, and I do like using him there. I went on like a 7 win streak for the most part, and look at this. Like, and we're basically one-shotting everything. We're just going through it so quick, and I lost a bit of my full stamp too. And even we don't even inflict the status element, you're still absolutely dominating. Remember, we don't even have killer here, lads. We do not have killer here. I also want to try and weaken here if I possibly can. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hold on. Let me do the SA2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 200k. Wow. Wow. Just breezing up with the NAD string. And if you saw my test play video too, AIZEN can clear the test play. Right now, he's the only NAD character in the entire game that is able to clear the test play at a pretty good speed too. It's actually really impressive. The damage capabilities this character has, the support too, and the overall usability of this particular character is really, really impressive. And I absolutely adore this end screen too. So moving back to Ultra IT, this time we're back in the co-op mode. Now we're autoing inheritance trials. And I have sped up just a tad bit so you can actually see it a lot faster, because it was quite a slow run. Even then, as far as auto characters do go, it was on the faster side, to be fair, but auto runs are usually slower than manual runs. In this case, we had 4 AIZENs, and we were absolutely destroying it. With 4 AIZENs non-stop activating their boost and their shield, keeping everyone safe. The fact that we were non-stop inflicting weakening and just doing so much damage, keeping the enemies away too, was really, really good. And what I do like about this character, with the fact that he does have the gauge mechanic, is that it does activate while on auto. Look at the Bankai button that Bankai Ruki has. If you're autoing, they will never use that button, so it's kind of a wasted mechanic when it comes to autoing. This gauge mechanic though, since it does activate on your non-attack string when it is full, it does mean that there will be a few times during an auto run that you will have the gauge. You're going to be using strong attacks. The gauge will build up and it's going to max out, and then for those next 10 seconds, you're taking significantly less damage and you're also doing significantly more damage. So for autoing capabilities, I really do like this character. Again, I would have preferred if he had Drain or any built-in healing, or maybe even Last Ditch to make him a tad bit super, super OP, because again, I do think he's very, very good. It can get better than this though. That's the crazy part. It can get better than this. But regardless, AIZEN definitely demonstrates that he is a powerful character, especially when it comes to auto inheritance trials, especially for this one, because he doesn't have killer and it has so many spinning enemies that destroy your shield. So the fact that he could auto it is really, really impressive. And I guess it's worth mentioning, this entire run, I don't think anyone even died or even got close to dying. So this is crazy. So I'm currently recording this a couple days before the actual showcase does begin, so this might be a weird cut, but I just want to quickly demonstrate how good AIZEN is in Guild Quest. For those wondering, this is the team that we are rocking. That's Ichigo's build, this is AIZEN's build, and then this is the Rurika's builds. So in this case, I am maining Ichi, but the great thing about AIZEN is that he is actually immune to fire, so you don't even need to like make it so he's immune to fire, because he's naturally done that anyway. We can use our Soul Bomb here into the Tesla, we weaken and paralyze, and then boom, look at that. 13-second clear time. Mind you, we are using a 2 out of 5 Ichigo, a 2 out of 5 Aizen, and yeah, we have a 5 out of 5 Ruka, but she isn't really there to do much. She's just there to boost us, but that is absolutely crazy that we are able to use these new 7th anniversary characters and clear that fast. It's not really shown properly there because we weren't using Aizen, but Aizen was definitely putting in the work with that no attack damage string. Now let's make it harder on ourselves by removing Ruka, our boost character. So jumping back into it, we're going to use our SA2 straight away into our SA3. Look at that beautiful damage from the Aizen. Oh my god, we're somehow clearing faster. We somehow cleared faster without Ruka. What just happened? Aizen, you absolute beast. I know Ichigo's doing some work here too, but damn. Did you see how fast that HP for those bosses were going down when we weren't even doing much? That's crazy. A 7-second run with 2 characters? These characters are actually cracked. And we got 10 O's there. Lovely. So jumping into the final Guild Quest run, I'm a bit embarrassed to admit, but I completely forgot, but Aizen does have a boost SA2. How did I forget that? That makes him actually really good to it, especially if you are someone that does lack someone like, you know, Luna Rukia, for example. Luna Rukia is going to be still the better character here because she does increase the team's attack stat by, you know, 10% and more. But in this case, what you'll see here, lads, is that we're into the final boss with like 20 seconds left. This is really, really good. Remember, we've now lost our boost here, so it's a bit unfortunate. But we actually activated the gauge there, and we were able to clear. Well, I completely messed up that run, but we were able to clear with 34 seconds left with only a 2 out of 5 Aizen. Now that could have been significantly faster, but we're only doing one attempt here. I absolutely adore the end screen, and you could potentially clear this guild quest with like maybe in 20 seconds if you get lucky enough with your attacks and you can keep the attack boost active. But look at that, Aizen absolutely dominating Guild Quest. This is a character that is going to be great if you are lacking a NAD character or a team booster. Aizen can do the job, and Aizen can do it by himself. Aizen can do the job, and he can even do it by himself. Again, once more, really, really impressed. Now, Aizen in Epic Raids really gets to show his strength here, mainly due to the fact that you don't even need to learn the pattern. Now, remember, this Keisuke boss has 50 million HP, and we are able just to basically stand still, inflict our status amounts, and just use our net string. Let's use our strong attacks so we can actually get the gauge mechanics, so we can actually do more damage and see how fast we can actually clear there. And because everyone's going to keep the boost active and keep providing us with shields, again, you don't even need to learn the pattern. You can just sit here and do so much damage that you can clear very, very quick. I think the fastest clear time that I was able to get was around 20 seconds. 50 million damage in 20 seconds is really, really good. Again, we're clearing so fast that we barely even get to use the boost, but I think I just saw us hit for 300k. That's quite good. His night string, again, comes out quite fast. Visually, his character is great. Overall, again, very, very good. If you want to clear this Epic Raids in like less than an hour, if you want to farm the 80,000 medals in Epic Raid for this particular month, Aizen is the character you want to use because it's just so easy just to clear this quest. It's crazy. So overall, lads, that was basically my showcase on the new 1000-year Blood War Aizen. For me, the one I wanted the least, but the one I'm actually most impressed by to a certain extent. I actually really, really do like this character. There's a lot going for him. He is, without a doubt, the best NAD character in the entire game. He can alter the hardest content, so he has that check mark. He's great in Arena. Again, I'll showcase that in a couple of days' time. A great character, great NAD character and support, good damage dealer for the guild quest that he's supposed to be used in. Is a fun character, looks visually great, does a lot of damage. It's going to be useful in a lot of different Senkaimon floors when there are dodge enemies because he does go through them, and in the future, in the potential chance there ever is, unfortunately, hopefully not, any more dodge content where there's enemies that dodge characters, Aizen is just going to be to go through all of it. So Aizen is a character you definitely want to have if you like him. If you don't like him, then whatever, it's fine, don't summon for him, but he's a character you'll definitely use. I'm actually really, really impressed by him. I'm happy I have him. I'm happy I got dupes of him. And I do want to go for more dupes, but I'm going to take it easy. 2 out of 5 Aizen I think is good enough. This character is an absolute beast. And finally, for you Aizen fans out there, which does include me, we got the justice we deserve. Aizen has had a good streak of characters lately, and this is basically the nail in the coffin. The black coffin, you could say. Of Aizen no longer getting bad characters. This is a great addition to the game, great character, and someone that is really fun to play around with. So I hope you lads enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know what you lads think about this Aizen, and I'll see you lads next time. Peace.